Hi guys, I'm back with another video on law of assumption and your feeling states. I want to specifically focus on, because this is the biggest challenge for most people, and it was the biggest challenge for me too when I wasn't aware of it, is how to close the door to your 3D reality when you're working on something and the circumstances are not favorable yet, when you're not seeing change yet. What you need to be aware of is what you're thinking and seeing inside your mind and what you're giving your attention to when you're not in the feeling state, when you're not in your assumption, when you're not solid yet in the assumption. Because once you're solid in your assumption and you know, like if you're manifesting a person and you know they love you, you don't have to keep affirming or visualizing the outcome that you're together, that you're married, because you already know the assumption's already solid. Neville called it being saturated. But while you're getting there, while you're planting the seed and getting to the knowing, the saturation state of assumption, you need to be really aware of what you're putting your focus on. If you're looking at negative circumstances inside your mind and you're replaying that, or you're rerunning an argument, or you're rerunning maybe words that were said that don't line up with your assumption, you need to take your awareness off of that and get back to the feeling. So what is the feeling that you're searching for? Are you looking for love, connection, peace, joy? Like, what are you specifically looking for from your relationship? And only you can answer that, because everyone has different needs and things that they want from a partnership, from a harmonious relationship. Like, only you know what it feels like inside of you and what you want to feel like and what, what's going to invoke that inside of you. And that's what you got to dig for. You have to invoke the feeling inside of you, because if you look at it from a spiritual level, like, no one really gives us love. They trigger something in us that makes us feel a certain way, and we want more of that feeling to get, triggered and come up inside of us. So like if you're in love with someone, the feeling is inside of you. The feeling is not coming from outside of you. The love is already inside of you. You just have to invoke that. You have to get it to come into your awareness and get really, overwhelmed in that feeling. And you have to be aware that you don't need to get it outside of you. So that allows you to stop looking at the 3D for a minute and focusing on within. So, for example, like if you're maybe feeling really down and out, or you're hurt, or whatever, something happened and you're in a negative feeling, you need to heal that, because you can't just wish it away. You need to change something inside your mind to get that to clear out, or do an energy healing, or do forgiveness work. But the quicker that you do it, the quicker you're going to get into your assumption, and then the quicker your thing's going to come to fruition. So it's only benefiting you to nurture yourself, get into a loving state, get into a committed state. And the other thing I want to say is I had a client once, and she was manifesting someone, and she kept dating other men. She was on a dating site, and she kept entertaining other dates and men. And I said, if you're in your assumption that you're already with this person, then you're not going to date other people. So it just shows that your state is not solidified. Because if you're in a committed, loving relationship, you're not going to be on a dating website dating other people. I went 1 month with no contact with my person, and I did not date anyone else because I was too busy trying to fix the shit story that I had inside and figure out what I was doing to create versions I didn't want anymore. Because it's work. You got to look at it. You can't just move on and start dating someone else and then think that things are going to heal on their own. You actually have to do the work, get into the assumption, stay there, visit it until it's solidified. To see change, reflect back. So don't do anything in the 3D that goes against your manifestation or your feeling state or your assumption. And if you do, just get back on track with, staying committed to it. Because if you mess it up and you do something, it's like not the end of the world, but you don't want to stay in that limbo of, halfway in and halfway out, because you have to stay in that direction. You have to stay committed. The other thing is when you are going about your day or you hear other people's opinions, make sure you're not taking any of that in. And if you are, make sure you clear that out and just repeat whatever it is that you need to do to get rid of that. Other people's doubts, fears, negativities. Even if it's the person that you're manifesting, if they give you doubts, fears, negativities, process that out. Don't buy it, because you're creating. No one has free will unless you allow them to. No one can reject you unless in your mind you believe that you can get rejected. So be in a powerful position of leadership when you're manifesting. Trust yourself. Be really clear that your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings all have to line up in order to get into the assumption and stay there. Don't question yourself. Don't question the 3D. Leave it alone while you're working on it. Let it do whatever is happening and just be like, yeah, that's nice, that's good. I don't really care. You have to be really stubborn and you have to be really fixed when you're focused on something. Like if you're doing a project and things keep happening, you're not going to just, stop working on the project and think it's going to get fixed by itself. You have to figure out ways to work with the, things that are coming up to finish the project. So make your mind strong that you're going to see it till the end. All you got to do is get yourself into the assumption that it's done, and then it has to come. It has to. So you don't have to question like, oh, I'm not good at this, or I can't manifest love, or I can't manifest money, or I can't manifest a house, or, this and that. It doesn't matter. Everyone can manifest anything. It's what you tell yourself that you can and can't manifest. If you make up excuses, if you're in victim mentality, then you're not going to manifest anything. You're just going to get more of that kind of 3D reality. The lag of how long it takes to be in the assumption and when it comes in or how it comes in is none of your fucking business. That was my biggest problem when I was doing it. I wanted it when I was saturated, when I had the feeling, why isn't it coming? What is happening? This is how it should come. Get out of the controlling state of it. It's also going to push it back even further. Stay in the knowing, stay in the feeling state, and don't question the universe's how or anything like that. If you look at Neville's first story of him manifesting tickets to Barbados, he didn't wonder or know anything about his brother ended up treating him and sending him money. He just was walking around in New York, going to bed as if he was in Barbados, and he became dedicated to it. I think it took like at least 3 weeks for him to see movement in the 3-day, maybe more. He started in November and it didn't come until December. Anyway, if you read his book, I just can't remember because I read it like a year or two ago, but it certainly wasn't 3 days. He became better at it and it became quicker. And I've noticed I've become better and quicker. The quicker you can get into your assumption, the quicker you become aware of your mind, then it will manifest quicker. But in the beginning, I feel like don't put a time limit on it because you're working at your own pace and you don't want to put any resistance in with whatever it is you're working on. I had to do another video on resistance. That's a whole another topic, but hopefully this helps.